It's really where we talk about things that we're just trying to figure out. Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Kamaray, and you are listening to hashtag JTFIO or just trying to figure it out. If you're new here, please subscribe and follow this podcast so that you know whenever we post a new episode. I'm excited to discuss today's topic, honey, because the husbands have been cutting up in these streets. But y'all know before we get into the topic, we got to make sure we take care of the little things, okay? Subscribe, comment your thoughts. I definitely want to know your opinion. If you're watching on YouTube, great. Hello. The visual is always available on YouTube. If you are just listening on your favorite podcast app, that's cool. Either way, wherever you're listening, please make sure you subscribe. Okay? Okay. Uh yeah, y'all seen the title. Mr. Biles is out here cutting the fool. Now, I can't even fully say that I blame him because more and more of Simone's character is being revealed. Okay. So let's back it up just a little bit. Let's discuss how we got here. All right. So there's this clip that came out over the past couple of days, and child, I don't even know the man's name. What is Simone Biles' husband name? And that further just proves my point. Simone Biles' husband. What's his name? Eric Jordan? Oh, plays for the Packers. How nice for him. Okay, I still don't see his name. Okay. Jonathan Owens. It's a tough week for the Jonathans, honey. Jonathan Majors. Okay, I'm getting off track. Anyway, there's a clip that comes out. Jonathan Owens is on a podcast. Y'all know these podcasts be getting our men. It be tripping up our men because y'all just be out here saying anything. Y'all get a mic and a camera and just lose y'all mind. So yeah, he sits on a podcast and baby had a lot to say. Okay. He says that he didn't know who Simone was prior to them matching on a celebrity dating app. Had no clue of who she is, even though he's an athlete. We gonna come back because first I just got to tell you what he said. Okay, he said that. He also said that he was the catch. He's the prize. He said that she was really diligent in pursuing him, and he didn't really match that same energy. He was not ready to commit quite yet. What else, honey? I feel like I'm missing something. Let me see. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to put all the facts out there before I get into it. I think that was mainly it. And it was okay. So those two things are what he said. Okay. And the men on the podcast are kind of looking at him like, bruh, everybody knows who she is. Like, we don't believe you, sir. But okay, I'm gonna let you get your story out. Apparently Simone was on set, had no issues with him saying the things, was just over there laughing. One of the hosts was saying, I'm a red bone like you. So, we know how the things go and where it catch. Y'all know how I feel about colorism, honey. Okay, so if I was to write these things down like a good scholar to make sure I stay on track, because y'all know I can get off track real easily. The first thing I said was, let me just not even go by the first thing. I know he said he's the catch. Oh, that's what it was. He didn't know her. He didn't know of her. Uh-huh. Yeah, and then we're going to discuss Simone and the thirst. Or is it thirst? Okay. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know when this came out, I just felt vexed in my little feminist heart. I was like, baby, we have to discuss this just off the sole strength of, for other women out there, I want y'all to understand. Okay. So, yes, he says that he's the catch. Now, listen, I am the most equality driven woman out there. I believe for everything a woman should get, a man should get as well. And even though sometimes that causes a lot of conflict, and I'd be like, oh, do I really want women to be equal to men in all facets? No, because I'd rather you as a man deal with this. But yeah, I overall want fair treatment and equality amongst men and women. So yes, be the catch, honey. Always feel and think that you are the catch. But as it pertains to us, to the outside world, on a podcast where they're asking you about your relationship and your marriage, and you say you're the catch, yeah, I got a problem with that. Because as it pertains to the way things look and PR and all of these things, and you guys are, I'm sorry, Simone is a highly decorated athlete. What you should definitely be aiming not to do as her husband is embarrass her and have her out here looking crazy. So even if you said, yeah, I'm the catch, but that's my baby though, like a laugh after that or something, you didn't do that. You made it seem like, oh no, let's be clear. I always say, as the man, I'm the catch. I could give zero F's about how anybody feels about it. Okay, fine. Maybe you're just, overconfident, and maybe your wife does a great job of pumping you up and she don't need you to do it for her. Fine. When this man said he didn't know who she was, I said, Simone Biles has been a household name for a long time. A long time. You lived in Houston. You coming to Houston, you're a celebrity. I'm sure y'all have talks of all the other celebrities in the Houston area, even as it pertains to just being athletes. Okay. So Black Twitter did a good one and started researching and seeing that even so much as 2012, he was tweeting about Gabby Douglas and her edges, which is a whole nother issue. But clearly you got your ear to the streets in some way of something. I have never watched a, what is it, gymnast match or an event that Simone Biles has been. I've never watched. Never. But even on clips I've scrolled past or seen her in the news or just heard about the Olympics and just our US representation, like, her name has been said. So I'm confused. So then it becomes, okay, you didn't hear about her before. Okay, then you heard about her, you saw her followers and stuff, you still left her in your account. Like, what is this story really doing for you? Are you trying to humble her? And then it becomes like, are you insecure? Because your status doesn't match her status. And then it takes me back to that conversation with Iman and Tiana. Yeah, I got a problem with you literally choosing to play your wife. And she's laughing, like, but the thing is, everybody don't know you. We don't know you. So if this is your personality to just troll or whatever, like, say that. Or she could have said, oh, he just trolling y'all. Like, we know we good over here. But it wasn't none of that said. I mean, he was just making her look so crazy. So, everybody's like, the hosts and stuff are like probing, asking more questions like, yo, bro, you sure? Because when you get home, it's going to be on and popping. But if y'all look at the pictures of them two, just like when they got married, everybody's talking about how, like, so enthralled she looks to be with him. And, we always have this talk of, you know, or we don't have this talk because, I'm new to this aspect. But the older generation, they like to tell us, baby, when you find you somebody to settle down with, you want to find you somebody that loves you more than you love them. And, when you think about the exact words, you're like, why would I want that? I would want equality. I would want my person to understand, like, I love you just as much as you love me. I'm going hard for you just as much as you go hard for me. But I think what that means is there should be like a little bit more care on his part because he's already in the state of our country and in the state of the world the dominant species, right? He's already the man. So that means the world is already going to make him feel and make him seem like the priority. So if he doesn't go out of his way to make sure you feel like you're a priority, then yeah, it can get real messy. And I think that's kind of where the older generation is going with it. Yes, you're the woman. Yes, you hold down the things. Yes, he's the man. He does this role as it pertains to their way of thinking, right? But also, too, make sure you find a man who loves the socks off of you. Okay. Yes, got that part. So for Simone, no, I'm not upset with her for going after what she wants. She's a celebrity. She got on this app. She meets the guy. She wastes no time. She says, yeah, I'll drive to you. Let's hang out. Oh, it's COVID. That ain't stopping no show. But in other conversations, that looks thirsty. It does, especially not even like from our perspective, because our perspective don't matter in the grand scheme of things. His perspective mattered. And from his perspective, and from him telling the story back, baby's thirsty. Baby was thirsty. He was not giving a rendition that was respectable for me as an independent Black woman. I was like, we are down bad in these streets. Okay. I am all for, like I just said, I'm all for go after what you want, girl. You want that man? Go to him. Go get that man. But also, too, we not finna. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So yeah, like as I'm listening to him, I'm like, he is just super confident. Like, nah, I'm the catch. Yeah, nah, I didn't even know who she was. And it seemed apparently every interview he does about her, he says that. He makes sure to say that. And I don't know if it's more of a let me just make sure y'all know I'm not after her for her money, or if it's more of a let me humble her so that y'all know and she know you wasn't as big as you thought you were because I didn't even know who you were. I don't want to think it's that. But in my cynical mind, I'm like, baby is trying to humble her in the worst way. When we don't even know who you are, Jonathan. Everybody got calling you Mr. Biles now because you want to pop off and you want to show out. Okay. So then everybody, of course, started discussing this whole thing of the dudes, the people with the light eyes, and the privilege. And yeah, it all plays into like the colorism conversation, the brown paper bag test, you know, the curl pattern chart, and like, our just poor unfortunates just struggle as a people of this trap that we keep falling into of boosting, more ambiguous representations of folks in the Black community. You got light eyes, you got a looser curl, you got lighter skin, you're superior, luxury, superior. Okay. And that ain't right. That ain't right and that ain't real. Okay. So unfortunately, yes, the conversation starts to become Simone Biles was given pick me energy, wanted to be married just that bad because he was tall and he had nice hair and he was in the NFL and he had light colored eyes. And baby, y'all started digging up them pictures of him and his exes, and it was a lot of white girls. It was a lot of white girls. So I don't know. It's just not looking good for sis. Now, at the end of the day, this is her husband, not mine. So Simone Biles, she's fine. She's happy. Very clearly happy. I'm just saying this is a conversation that we need to have just within us as like what we're accepting and how we get here. And let's make sure we check these things about ourselves before we hop on a podcast in front of the world And y'all know Simone Biles is leading young women, young girls. They're choosing her to do their book reports on. They're dressing up as her for career day. They're saying, I want to be the next Simone Biles. They're looking at her and how she wears her hair. Even if you don't want to think that they are, they are. Because at the very end of the day, a lot of our chocolate skin tone, dark skin tone girls, they're not looking at Zendaya. Maybe they are up until about 16 and they realize I can't change my skin tone. So the representations that we have for young girls who are saying, yes, marry the tall football player with the hair and the light colored eyes and the lighter skin, no matter what he says about you, because he should be your husband, is wrong. It's just plain old wrong. So even if the reason she got married was more of a deeper connection and they fell in love, I want you to focus, Simone, on this man's responses to these questions nowadays, today. He went on a stage in front of millions of people. He was in the confines of this room, feeling very comfortable, having a candid conversation with other men, which means this is how he really feels, sis. He feels like he's the catch. He feels like he had to work that hard to get at you because you was just blowing up likes in his Instagram and like, what? That is embarrassing. Even if that's the case, don't get out here and say that about me because my image out here, it's not that. It's not that. Now, I don't know Simone's personality. I don't know her at all. We could talk about Simone as if she was Melissa down the street, my homegirl going through this. Okay. It just, I mean, no, 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 no. Okay, so yes, there is a conversation about pick me energy. Yes, we are groomed as young girls in the very beginning to your sole purpose in life is to procreate. I'm sorry, let me make sure I get it in the right order. Is to be beautiful, be skinny. Okay. Now it's to be like slim thick, don't be too skinny and attract the male. Okay. You attract the male, secure the husband. Husband should be tall, dark, and handsome. Ain't that the thing? Tall, dark, and handsome. Secure the husband. Have the husband's kids. Plural. Okay. Then it just kind of tapers off from there. Take care of the man, cook, clean, raise the kids. So everything is for the husband or for the kids. Okay. It ain't one Disney movie out there about a princess going after her career. Hell, Ariel gave up her voice for some legs to get with a man. Cinderella dropped every last responsibility to go to the dance. Snow White, I don't even really remember the story, but did she eat an apple she wasn't supposed to eat to get with a man? Had to be saved by the man? I don't know, honey. Who else? I could go on. It wasn't until, Moana had to tell her daddy, like, hey, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. I'm about to go do it. But she was still doing something for her family. I guess she would be the one that kind of did more of a career thing. Either way, we were groomed as children I didn't even talk about Belle, honey. She was trapped in the house. That man trapped her in the house, took her daddy. It was a whole thing. Yeah, we were groomed from the very beginning to be for the man. So that's where pick me energy comes from. I'm going to do anything and everything to make sure I have a husband. Okay, he checks off all my boxes. He's tall, he dark, he handsome. And Jonathan Owens got dimples. Okay, and he's in the NFL. And. Okay, let's do it. Let's secure him. Let's lock it in. And we're just laughing at everything that he has to say, not taking any of it serious. And like I said, if she like it, I love it. with all the sarcasm in the world. That could be something that she wants, but it is not something I want, but I want y'all to think about. Okay. There's also this conversation about, you know, the conversation between you and your man ain't for everybody else, or you and your woman, or whatever, which of how we going or who we with. Okay. Your relationship ain't for everyone else. So when we go out on this podcast, no, I don't want to coach you because I feel like be yourself. To be honest with you, Simone chose to marry this man. So that means she knows who he is. She knew who he was. So she didn't have no problems with what he did on this podcast because she's just fine with him. None of this was news to her. It was really news to us. Okay. What I want for Simone to learn from this is, hey, as it pertains to my brand, regardless of how we talk at the house, I need us to be a little bit more concerned about my brand and how I'm looking. But I know if it was me, baby, listen, these things we not gonna do on podcasts. You can speak as candidly as you want to speak. But the embarrassment of us two, anything that's gonna put us out there or have you looking crazy or have me looking crazy, we not gonna do it. Let's make this truce right now and make that the bottom line. We gonna hit that Lil Wayne. I don't recall every time. Every time. Okay. I can't. I can't. So one of the last conversations was about, like I said, colorism or Simone's self-esteem, ways that she feels about her. Okay. Uh I saw some stuff on Twitter where people were saying, well, if she felt better about herself and her own looks and like confident, she wouldn't be hold on. Kobe, you scared me. She wouldn't be accepting of this behavior. And I do think that Simone is a dark skinned girl. So she's been groomed in the black community of hearing certain things all her life. She has the 4C hair. She has the dark, rich skin tone. So already she's been made to feel not pretty enough. Already. She would have had to have been good at something else just by standards of the black community just in the past 20 years with how we do things. Okay. So I don't know these things to be true about her. I don't know her, but anybody who's accepting of these things must only be accepting because it's coming from a man with light colored eyes. I'm telling y'all, them light colored eyes, they'll get you. Almost got me. Almost got me. Almost got me. Okay. Um. Who we? Yeah, I wanted to come on here and discuss that because I was side eyeing it because I was like, the amount of confidence this man have on here to sit on here and talk like this while his wife is sitting right there, he must know it's okay. He must know it's okay. Must not have any issues. I said, but then, if I don't say nothing, yeah, this is not just, game night with another couple and your husband just saying some dumb stuff. You him up about it later on. He sleep on the couch or y'all sleep in separate rooms. Y'all wake up the next day, y'all back cool. No, you said this for the world. You said this for the world. Simone is still an active, world renowned superstar athlete. And from what I understand, you're right in the bench. I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch football, but for everybody to be calling you Mr. Biles, I don't know. I will tell the public this. We can't be more mad than her. This is the life she want to choose. This the road she want to go down. That's on her. Okay. And as much as you can want something good for someone, it's not your life. It's her life. God bless her, honey, because it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. I want to know your thoughts this week. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, y'all. It's been a very interesting holiday. I will say this is excuse me. This is the first time that I have been single. Like not married. On a Christmas. So yeah, this time last year I was still married. So yes, it is very different. I mean, but it's like exciting. I did find myself like lonely a couple times today, but mostly because like I had things I wanted to do with the people that I love, but they weren't available. So that kind of made me sad. But like as far as like family, I was with my family on Thanksgiving. We FaceTime this morning. I was able to get gifts out to everyone. My mom made sure I had gifts under the tree. My mom and my students held me down with the gifts. So I had a couple things to open. Um, my friend, close friend, little brother, made sure we had dinner. I made food. I went over there. We had dinner, watched a couple movies. A few of us went over there and I took my dogs to see the lights. Like I tried to make sure I occupy myself with doing a few things. I want to go see the color purple. So I'm gonna go do that. Maybe tomorrow, maybe another day. I don't know yet. But yeah, it was interesting though. It was interesting because I am that person who likes to be very festive and make a big deal out of every holiday because we really like life is really short for real. So yeah, I'm gonna make a big deal out of celebrating things and making memories and doing the things with the people that I love. And so when you have to do that just for yourself, like I'm able to do that for someone, I haven't been really good about doing that for just me. Being like, oh, I enjoy this, so I'm gonna do it. Only because I enjoy it, not because somebody else would enjoy it. So it felt really good. It I've been in a boot camp with myself on just some things I need to work through. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about Mr. Biles. I'm gonna hop off here, and if I don't see you guys before that clock strikes 12 on December 31st, well, really January 1st, Happy New Year. Look out for my year in review video on YouTube. I'm Kim Ray. I'm signing off of this thing. I'll see you guys on the next podcast. Bye.